Today I'm going to show you how to do a back-to-back cruise. We have taken the first part of our cruise, which was a 5-day trip to Mexico, Cozumel, and Costa Maya. We have arrived back in Tampa and we have to go through the back-to-back process, and that's what I'm going to show you today. I'm going to go in depth on all the steps that you need to go through so you can be prepared to do your first back-to-back. It's quick, easy, and simple. We'll give you a few tips and tricks on the back-to-back process so you can have smooth debarkation and embarkation in the whole process and enjoy the second part of your cruise. So we're going to take you along through that entire process. The first step in the process is when you're on the first part of your journey. In your stateroom, you're going to receive a letter that outlines everything that they are asking you to do for the back-to-back process. They'll give you a time and date and location of where to meet to begin the process, and we'll take you through that now. One thing that you do need to do prior to going through the back-to-back process is you do need to check yourself in on the app. Even though you are on the ship, you still need to go through that process on your app by watching the video of the life jacket presentation, the emergency signal, and checking that off. And it will just make the process much smoother when you go to your back-to-back meeting. So for your back-to-back cruise, if you have booked the same stateroom for both sailings, you don't need to do anything with your luggage. You just keep everything in your room. All you'll need to do is make sure you bring your SeaPass card and your ID or passport to the back-to-back meeting. And in this case, it's going to be in the dining room of Deck 5 at 9 a.m. We're on Enchantment of the Seas. If you have a different cabin, then the night prior, you'll need to make arrangements with your stateroom attendant to move your luggage to your new stateroom, and they will assist you in doing that for the next sailing. So right now we're going to head to the back-to-back meeting on Deck 5, main dining room at 9 a.m. and we're going to take you through that process. So we're making our way to the dining room on Deck 5. Where other passengers are awaiting further instructions, and so we're going to do the same thing. The morning of the back-to-back is pretty easy and laid back compared to when you have to get off the ship. You'll need to be out of your stateroom, even though if you're going to be staying in the same stateroom, they like for you to be out of your stateroom by 7:30 or 8 a.m. And so you just go around the ship. You can have breakfast in the main dining room. You can go to the Windjammer and get you some breakfast before reporting to your assigned area. In this case, it's going to be the main dining room, Deck 5, that we'll need to report to with the other passengers who are doing the back-to-back. So it's pretty relaxed. Just be sure that you bring your SeaPass card and your passport or your ID to the back-to-back meeting, and that you have completed your check-in process on your app, where you can visit your muster station after you embark back onto the ship. One of the first steps in the back-to-back process is after you come into the dining room and sit down, an officer is going to come around and talk to you about your next stateroom on the second of your voyage. If you have the same stateroom or a different stateroom, they're going to issue your new SeaPass cards for your second cruise. Now we're going to receive our new key cards.
You're back to back?
Yes.
Yes.
What's your total number?
262.
Okay, 2623. Do you need wheelchair assistance? No.
No, we do not. Thank you.
Thank you.
Easy as that. We have our new cards for the second part of our cruise. And there's our new C-Pass card. They also include an in-transit card to where once we go down and go through the immigration process, if you want to get off the ship and visit the port that you're in, then you use this in-transit card to leave the port area, go do your visits or what have you. And then when you come back to the ship, you just show them this along with your new C-Pass card. The one caveat to that is if you do leave the ship, you do have to wait until the new embarkation process starts with the new passengers coming on board before you can come back to the ship. So that's usually between 11 and 11:30 depending on your port, but you would just use this card along with your C-Pass card to reboard. Okay, after a short stay in the dining room, the next step to the back-to-back process is we are going to leave the ship and check out and then go through immigration. So we'll take you along for that process as well. One tip that I'd like to offer is if you are a Diamond, Diamond Plus, or Pinnacle, you have drink coupons, either 4, 5, or 6 coupons depending on your status level. Those can be used the morning of debarkation before you begin the back-to-back process. So you can use those in the dining room or at the coffee shop, specialty coffees, champagne, mimosas, soft drinks, Powerade. You can use those coupons, and you have those available until you check off the ship, and then when you come back on the ship, those coupons reset, so you'll have an additional 4, 5, or 6 coupons. So you really have a lot of drink options on back-to-back day. Now that we're off the ship, we are heading down to immigration, where they'll check our passports before they'll reboard us with our new C-Pass cards. Now at this point we're going to be going through immigration, and once they check our passports, then we'll be allowed to return to the ship. Now it's time to reboard and start the second half of your vacation after completing the back-to-back process. Then after you reboard, just resume what you were doing and have a good time. We're going on a cruise. Hello, we're back.
Long time no see.
Absolutely, thank you. So those are the steps to completing the back-to-back process for your next cruise. I hope you found this to be helpful in planning your next cruise vacation.